Google built the world's strongest AI brain itself. But that very brain now threatens search advertising, half of all its revenue. Today, we examine Google's 3 downside scenarios. First, how to read these bears. Google's risk isn't about whether the company survives. YouTube, cloud, Android, and a mountain of cash mean there's no chance it sinks into the red. The real question is how much the search empire, 55% of revenue, gets restructured. In the Microsoft episode, the risk targeted the AI premium layered on top of its market cap. For Google, it goes one layer deeper, the core cash cow itself. It's not losing something added on, it's grinding down what it already has. That's heavier. The first downside scenario, search self-cannibalization. Search advertising is 55% of revenue, about $198 billion, and its premise is simple: people click 10 blue links. But when Google's own strongest brain, AI overviews, AI mode, Gemini, hands out instant answers, the reason to click a link shrinks. Fewer clicks means fewer ad slots and lower cost per click. On top of that, AI answer screens still earn a lower ad yield than traditional search. It's a shift where giving a better answer earns less. And crucially, OpenAI and Perplexity have no search ads to lose, so they push this shift for free. Only Google has to open its own vault. Among the 5 giants, it's the only one trapped in the innovator's dilemma. The second downside scenario is distribution regulation. A US antitrust ruling has confirmed Google's search monopoly as illegal, and its central target is the default search deal. Google pays Apple roughly $20 billion a year for the default search slot in iPhone Safari. If remedies block that deal, the habit of default equals Google starts to wobble. Deeper still, forced sharing of search data, and in the worst case, a Chrome divestiture is within range. The third downside scenario is query drift and execution. Chatbots with nothing to lose, OpenAI and Perplexity, are taking younger users and informational queries. Google invented the transformer yet seeded the ChatGPT moment, and while it hesitates to cannibalize its own search, its transition lags. Early accuracy failures in AI overviews could even shake the 20 years of trust built into search. But there's a counterargument. Search self-cannibalization may be a transition, not an ending. 3 reasons. First, Google's real asset isn't the blue links, it's the advertising machine behind them. Millions of advertisers, a real-time auction, 20 years of intent data and targeting, all of it ports to any screen. Google has already started placing ads inside AI overviews, and the yield gap is a matter of optimization time, not structure. Second, AI actually increases total query volume. As complex questions people never used to ask come flooding in, the search market itself expands, and commerce queries become a new surface with even higher conversion intent. Third, Google holds both instant answers and links, so it controls the pace of the shift itself, and its in-house TPU cost advantage defends the margin on answer screens. Clicks do decline, but that's not the cash cow collapsing, it's revenue migrating to the answer surface. A change of form. The other 2 downside scenarios draw counterarguments too. Start with regulation. Historically, antitrust remedies have leaned toward changing contract terms, behavioral fixes, rather than breakups, and Google can delay final judgment for years through appeals. Even if the default search deal is severed, Chrome's 3.5 billion users, Android's 3 billion plus devices, and YouTube are gateways Google owns, not borrows. 20 years of search quality and habit pull users back on their own. Paradoxically, not paying Apple $20 billion a year could even cut costs. On execution, the invented it and lost it story belongs to the early phase. Today's Gemini is back among the top tier of the frontier, strongest class among the 5 giants. AI Overviews is already a live product reaching over 1 billion users a month, so on deployment speed Google is overwhelming, and its in-house chip cost advantage lets it push cheaper and faster than anyone. While challengers strain under NVIDIA's bills, Google runs on its own silicon. Let's weigh the 3 scales. Search self-cannibalization is the only one of the 5 and the deepest wound, but thanks to ported ad infrastructure, expanding query volume, and Google holding both instant answers and links, it's a transition, not an ending. The signal to watch: whether per-query ad revenue on AI answer screens matches traditional search. Distribution regulation is the biggest swing that could shake the search empire, but it leans to behavioral remedy over breakup, drags out through appeals, and is buffered by Google's own gateways. The signal to watch: whether remedies stay at the contract adjustment level, or reach the chronodivestiture level. Query drift is the acute scale actually unfolding in the near term, but Gemini's return to the frontier, deployment scale, and cost advantage hold it up. In the end, the question for Google isn't whether it fails, but where and how much the search empire gets restructured, and how much the complete player buffers the shock. In EP3, we put these three scales together and deliver the final verdict on whether this empire endures. Tap the cards on screen for the next one.